For me, what I find most disparaging isn't that our president is being accused of identity theft. My bother, and which makes me downcast, is that the defense, if you see otherwise respectable, respected men and women in society who defend this.
Why do you think they are defending it?
Several factors. Ethnicity has to do with it. Political party membership has to do with it. People just believing that we shouldn't rock the boat. People just believing that, we no longer get bothered about things that are benumbing, things that otherwise that are shameful. A sense of shame, is like the death of a sense of shame in our people.
Should they be shameful? Should Tinubus supporters be shameful?
I've tried to put myself in the position of Mr. President, and I imagine what will happen if all over the world, because look, it's not only Tinubus supporters who should be shameful. Every Nigerian should be ashamed of themselves.
Why should I be ashamed?
I give you an example. I have a senior friend who sent me a reaction to my column about 1 or 2 weeks ago, and he said he was traveling from one state to the other in the United States of America, and inside the plane, the aircraft, a man or a woman who sat beside him asked, "Is it true that your president does not have certificate and his name is not his name?" And he felt really very embarrassed. And I felt that right now we should be engaged with issues of development. The economy is almost collapsing. Society is in turmoil. I thought those were the issues that we should be, we should be engaged with. Not that somebody doesn't have a certificate. I thought that is too mundane an issue. It should ordinarily be a mundane issue, because why would you not have a certificate?
Does he not have a certificate?
Again, it is as what's the name of this man? Curiouser and curiouser. It is to me very curious, and I felt that this was an opportunity for Mr. President to put all the doubting Thomases to shame. And that was why I wrote a piece that I did about 2 weeks ago that Tinubu must sack his lawyer, his U.S. lawyer, when the lawyer claimed that releasing his results to Atiku will cause him great hardship. And I said, I said, who should be interested in flaunting his first-class certificate? Tinubu has flaunted the fact that he had a first class, was the best, one of the best students in his class and all that. And I felt that was an opportunity for him to flaunt it to the world. And then we began to see not only identity theft allegations, we're also, confronting issues that have to do with the fact that perhaps he was a female, he was actually not the person who went to the university and all that. And for me, this is sickening. It's sickening.
I've heard people who call him Amuda.
Yes.
That's his real name.
Yes.
That he just all of a sudden became Tinubu.
Yes.
Is that what these certificates or these academic credentials released recently?
Yes, I think that is at the back of the minds of those who are dragging the president. Don't forget that, as taciturn as our people have become in terms of being able to confront evil, many people, those who knew him when he was a young man, many of them are still alive. Those, even here in Ibadan, I know people who knew him in Oshosami, Okeado, Ibadan. And so what I also found very curious is that nobody wants to talk about him.
Is it that he has become so powerful?
I don't know. People, even his friends, don't want to talk about him.
You know, his primary school is something we don't know.
Nobody knows.
His secondary school.
And you see what I even found very, very distressing. The current Minister of Aviation, Festus Adedayo, you remember during the electioneering process, when people were asking, where did he school, where was his primary school, where did he undergo his secondary school? Adedayo said that, look, you can, in the US, you may not even attend primary and secondary school. And that Tinubus didn't attend primary and secondary school. That he studied at home and went to Richard Daley and then went to Chicago State University. But now from documents we got from the CSU, this man claimed to have attended, a secondary school in Lagos in 1970. And information came out now to show that that secondary school was not in existence in 1970, and that it was Mobolaji Johnson who established the secondary school in 1974. The man claimed to have had A-levels, I think Cambridge A-level, I can't remember now, in 1970. That was the same year he finished from the secondary school. And so when I hear people talk about, so what is the probative value, of the evidence that Atiku has got from Chicago, and that it's not an issue of, it's more of an issue of law than morality and all that. I'm so disturbed